Hello, my Cancer friends. It's time for your weekly predictions for September 13th through 19th. I'm glad you're here with me. I'm the Scorpio Stellium. I am your no bullshit tarot reader. So let's get into looking at the energy for the week, what you're bringing into the week, what this week itself is going to be like, and how it's going to all kind of wrap up for you. Okay, lot of imbalance for you this week, Cancer. Unfortunately, it's something that you're carrying in from last week. Okay, your past stuff that you just are letting linger or is lingering and you have no control over it. This to me looks like with reverse justice, reverse Queen of Cups, reverse Five of Swords. This is a situation that is really frustrating. It's like you weren't being treated fairly. Things weren't coming out in your favor. And it just really threw you off balance. You know, you are an emotional being. And when things hurt, Cancer retreats. That's just, you know, they go back into the little shell, the crab shell, and they don't come out. They don't want to deal with it anymore. And that's where you are. You've disengaged from the fight, which is not a bad thing in this case, because, you know, when people are not hearing you out, not treating you fairly anyway, it's probably best to regain some balance. But that was what you're bringing into the week from the past. So let's look at the present energy. And I will clarify some of these cards, look a little bit deeper at each of them. So presently, what's going on with you right now, Eight of Wands, reverse Emperor, reverse Empress. Okay, so this is a message. The Eight of Wands I always see as being something happening quickly, and usually it's a messenger card. So it's hearing things or just, you know, too much force, too much energy applied into a situation. So the Emperor reversed, Empress reversed, you know, those are a pair right there. Neither one of them is happy, to be quite frank. So you guys are in this situation, you know, usually this is a male-female, you know, kind of partnership, but it can also be, you know, where one is the soft, receptive kind of energy and where one person is the more forceful yang energy. Either way, however it applies to your situation, same thing. Neither one of these two people are happy because of the forcefulness and the words that were said. So I'm kind of wondering if what you're bringing in from this past week where you just feel like you weren't treated fairly has to do with kind of what's still going on, where you're just retreating, you're choosing to not deal with it. And then future, it seems like you have just, you know, for closing out the week, it feels better for you to sort of live in a fantasy, you know, Seven of Cups, to sort of just say, you know, I'm going to imagine that I'm in Tahiti, or I'm just going to pretend that everything is going to magically get better on its own. It may, in your situation, it may be a smaller thing. But you know, everybody's situation is different. Either way, it is you withdrawing into your head and into your emotional self, and not really in a good way. You know, it feels like you're at this point where you just, you know, reversed Ten of Swords and reversed Queen of Pentacles, like you don't want to give anymore into this situation that's going on. So I want to clarify this situation, particularly with the fight that I'm seeing, or and no, fights are different for people. Some fights are like screaming, throwing things, cussing each other out. Some fights are just simply not speaking, and I think that that's not a fight, but it still is, because you've withdrawn your emotional self from somebody. You've closed off that wall. Okay, so to clarify this, we have reverse Three of Swords, Knight of Swords. So this feels like not being able to move on from something that upset you. And, you know, the words spoken by somebody, very brash energy on this person's part. Very much like, I'm just going to say whatever I want to say, regardless of how it makes somebody else feel. You're not really over that. I want to also clarify the reverse Ten of Swords, because this is, it's not really a healing energy, okay? It's more like an ignoring it energy. So I know, Cancer, it feels better to you to just retreat, but that doesn't always solve the problem, and you frustrate the other people around you. I know this, I'm sorry, because I have dealt with Cancers in my life more than once. And we just want to talk to you. We want to talk to you and solve the problem. Okay, two different people here. One you, probably one other party. Okay. One of you is passionate about the issue. Probably not you in this situation, honestly. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like you're the one that wants to get out there and do it. And then the other person, very cerebral, very in their head about it. And to me, this is like walking away, okay? Eight of Cups is walking away from a situation because you don't feel like it's the best thing for you anymore. So this can be like a full-blown, like, breaking up with somebody or unfriending somebody, but it can be smaller things too. It can be just taking a break from a situation, retreating, sleeping too much, eating too much, you know, whatever your thing you do is to not deal with it. So, you know, Cancer, I think really it's time to face the music, because the situation started this way. You know, when we were looking at what you're bringing into the week, the situation is still this way, and the situation's ending with this. It's not going anywhere until you confront it. You know, it's not fixing it to just ignore it. Okay, let's take a little bit closer look here, because I do feel like this is probably with either a partner, you know, a romantic partner, or with a close friend, like a best friend, or somebody in your family. This is like not an acquaintance. This is not a job. This is something near and dear to your heart, because quite frankly, that's the only thing that is going to make you feel like withdrawing when it's not going right. So let's see. Reverse Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles. You think that you can make things back how they were. And you are trying to figure out how to do that. Okay, Five of Cups, because where you're at feels really heavy. It feels really, you know, like grief, like sadness, like you've lost something and you don't know how to get it back. And looking at that energy, you know, from our last spread, carrying it over to this one, it seems like you are idealizing, my kitty cat's meowing. You're idealizing something, but you don't know how to make it that, so you're disappointed. It's like you're setting this expectation up. It can't be reached, and now you're not happy about it. So again, this is going to require some practical solutions. Okay, reversed Ace of Cups. So it feels like lost love. You've done a lot of heartbreak cards in this spread. Okay. Okay, but Three of Cups, this is good. I'm starting to feel like there's a turnaround here. Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, reverse Star. Okay. Three of Cups is, you know, having a better attitude, really. It's about, you know, being able to sit down and have a drink with somebody and just go, okay, let's get this good. All right. It can be a celebratory card where you're getting together with friends, but in this connotation, it feels more like working through it. Okay. Just having like a kind of We call it in the South the come to Jesus meeting. Okay, and then the Eight of Wands, again, communication. This is coming up again for you. So I think you guys are going to finally sit down and talk it out, and then you're going to get resolution, and it's going to feel better for you. Reverse star, the star is about healing. It's about moving on, but it's reversed here. This tells me that it might be delayed. So don't set your expectation up that as soon as you have this conversation, everything is going to work out fine. Just know that that's the beginning of working through it. Just by you coming out of the shell and being willing to have that conversation is forward progress. I want to pull a card for you, an oracle card from this lovely Moonology deck that I love because I'm an astrologer too, and it's just a beautiful deck. I just want to say, if this reading resonated with you, if it added value to your life, I would love it if you would subscribe, especially since I am brand new on YouTube. It would make me feel like I should keep going and keep providing these readings for you all. Okay. All right. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. To me, this is about your self-care and you doing the things that you need to do to take care of the spirit, the soul, as well as doing the work that needs to be done. So while you cannot just always be cleaning the house and washing the dishes and doing the laundry, you have to take a break and take care of yourself. You also cannot always retreat and be in your own like meditation, yoga, read books world, you know? You have to do both to have a healthy week this week. I'll take a look and see kind of what the little booklet here says for additional information. Okay, so this is, head in the clouds, okay? Losing touch with reality. I saw that in your spread. Remember, I was like, you're kind of living in like a little bit of a fantasy world. You need to take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better, okay? So figuring out what you can actually do to resolve the situation. All right, follow your intuition. It won't let you down, and you are being a super romantic person, like which you usually are. And romanticism has like extremes, okay? It's like, I feel great, everything is wonderful, to like, you know? So you have to kind of find the middle ground because it's not a super realistic or sustainable energy. Come back next week. We'll do your reading for the following week. I hope you have a good one. Take care.